Hey guys, what's up? Our review piece of the brand new Samsung Galaxy Alpha finally arrived, and in this video we're gonna give you a quick unboxing and overview of this device. But first of all, let's talk about the Alpha just a bit as an introduction. Now this guy is an important piece in Samsung's product line, mainly because of two firsts that it brings to the world. Now one is that it's the first Samsung Galaxy device that has some metal in it. So the Alpha has a metal ring surrounding the sides of the phone, and that could possibly be the first Samsung Galaxy phone. As I told you just now, Samsung has long been criticized for not giving us a metal phone, whereas the competitions all provide, most of them basically provide better material like glass or a metal phone. So the Galaxy Alpha, kind of on that direction. Number two is the first in the world, possibly as of right now, is that this guy is powered by Exynos Octa 5430 chipset, which is quite possibly the world's first 20 nanometer chipset. Samsung, the Galaxy S5 for example, has a 5420 chipset, the Asia version, which is based on 28 nanometer. So coming down to 20 nanometer actually has given Samsung that slight more clock speed advantage, not that much, just slightly more. Left to still see how this guy performs compared to some of the other 28 nm architecture. But more importantly, it actually gives out less energy, so less heat. So that basically means that your device will be less hot or warm during gameplays and other stuff. It also helps Samsung build a very thin profile, because it's the chips are much slimmer than the earlier chips. So those are two, and you can see it's a fairly compact box, a deviation from the usual Galaxy flagship wooden style boxes. So we have the frosted gold. It kind of looks almost that color, creamish color. You also get it in black and white. You can see the MRP is 42,000, but you would get it for as low as 38,000 on some of those online retail stores. So printed with Soya ink, so whole material is 100% recyclable. And here on the back side you have some quick specs. So 4.7 inch Super AMOLED screen, HD resolution, 720p. We don't know if it has any Gorilla Glass protection as of now. As powered by, you can see there is a octa-core 5430 chipset, which has 4 1.8 gig Cortex A15 CPU plus 4 1.3 gig Cortex A7 CPU. You also have 2 GB of RAM, 32 GB internal storage out there. Supports 4G LTE but FDD, not TDD. 12 MP back camera plus 2.1 MP front camera. We don't know the sensor size out here. It also has the fingerprint sensor that we first saw on the Galaxy S5. 1860 mAh battery, which should be quite enough for an HD 4.7 inch screen. You have heart rate sensor and GPS and some of the other stuffs that you can see. So that's the model number, and I'll quickly go ahead and unbox this device now for you. So we quickly go ahead and cut this sticker out here, over here, and you also have a lot of sticker out here compared to some of those older Galaxy devices. So once we take it out, you see that's our brilliant gold Samsung Galaxy Alpha. We'll go further in, and then we see some of those manuals. So you have your quick start guide out here, plus you also have the warranty card, plus you have some smart switch advertisement out there, USB 2.0 port. Then you have a pretty fancy looking big wall charger that is what, 1.55 ampere only, so not the usual 2 ampere that we get with the Galaxy S or Galaxy Note series of phones. You have extra earpads with this very premium noise cancelling type earphone that has your volume control, call control and mic, and then your 1860 mAh battery out here. So that's it. That's about the box content really. So there you go, the golden Samsung Galaxy Alpha. The golden color looks beautiful, and it's not It's not very loud, it's very subtle gold, which is great actually. So backside is still plastic, as you can see. It also sports a slightly different kind of a texture than let's say the S5 or S4 or a Note 3 or 4 for that matter. But the side here now sports that very nice sleek aluminum ring that also slightly slants towards the side out here. That gives the phone a brilliantly premium look. It also helps holding the phone that much better, because there's this slant, although they look very tiny, but they kind of rest very easily and comfortably on your fingertips out here. So this guy has a very thin profile, only 6.7 mm thick, and also it's almost featherweight, 115 grams. That's incredible. 4.7-inch screen out here, as I told you before, a Super AMOLED screen, HD resolution, so that comes to about 312 ppi of color density, which is, well, not much for the price point, I would say. You have your earpiece, the notification LED lights and sensors. You also have the 2.1 MP front camera. I suspect it's a fixed focus camera, but we'll have to see that. Below you have the signature Samsung home button, and then the usual recent and the back buttons out there. On this side, the volume rocker, micro USB 2.0 port, the speaker, mouthpiece, power button, and on top you have the secondary noise cancelling mic plus the 3.5mm jack. Behind you have the 12 MP autofocus camera accompanied by dual LED flash that will give you a better skin tone and white balance, because one is slightly on the white side and one is slightly on the yellow side. So both combined gives you a better skin tone and saturation. Yeah, you also have your heart rate monitors and stuff, and then Samsung branding out there. So this back flap thankfully is removable. I personally always like removable back covers, because I can quickly pop in an extra battery where this is finished. I don't need to put it in charge with a power bank or sort. So 1860 mAh battery, you can see that's the SIM card slot out there. Yeah. So no micro SD card support, and the back flap is pretty thin, by the way, but it rests nicely, and it almost kind of goes below the level of this side. So this side's kind of just about come out. You won't even feel it with your fingers, but yeah, you'll feel it here slightly. They just kind of come out, which is a good thing, because when you keep this on a very flat, totally flat surface, then that flat surface is not gonna scratch this plastic back out here, because the edges of this ring will hit the floor first. It's not that big, but it's still that slight bit coming out from the side, so that helps. So overall, we absolutely like the overall footprint of the device. It's very light, very thin, and also this metal feels great. The Galaxy Alpha has a 4.7-inch Super AMOLED screen, and it has an HD resolution, so that converts to about 312 ppi of color density. The screen is very bright, and it's also crisp enough, so you can go to microscopic level to view these icons and some of the other photos, and you probably won't see them pixelated. Very good optimized screen. Also, the viewing angles are amazing. You see almost 180 degree thanks to the LED screen out there. Very good. The sunlight legibility is also fine, and when you go out here, you can see the colors kind of pops out thanks to the adaptive display, and even if you zoom the photos, the details are there almost. Yeah, I see. But then, like many of the AMOLED displays on the Samsung devices, it kind of enhances the sound digitally when you have adaptive display selected as the display mode, and that oversaturates some color palettes like those. You can see here the red part, the orange part. So if you actually want to see the real color, you should go to settings, device, display, and here instead of adaptive display, you should choose basic. You can see the colors just kind of are fading away because that's more natural color really. Now if you see these photos, you would find them the saturation and hue more natural right now. Of course they look less, you can say, eye-popping than usual, but that's how the actual saturation and hue looks. Of course the adaptive display is great for watching movie or watching photos if you want to see very crisp color popping pictures, if you want to show others. But if you want to test things, if you want to see how the natural color looks, then the basic display mode actually performs more natural. You see the colors of the auto out here and everything are more natural in the basic mode. But overall a very impressive display, I would say. The Galaxy Alpha is powered by Android 4.4.4 and you have a brand new TouchWiz UI on top, and that's the home screen. So the usual stuff really, you can add widgets and wallpapers and folders on your home pages, and then a notification tab out there, quick function toggle bar. You can go to the whole settings right from here, and then you can also go here and check out all of them. You can also edit and sort the quick function toggle bar according to your liking. You can also drag it with 2 fingers to bring the function toggle bar straight away. So you have a recent app menu here. They see all our recent apps out there. You can also go to your application manager there to active application to free some RAM, and that's the back button. Long press on the home key would take you to Google Now. Double tapping would take you to S Voice, and double tapping on this, nothing happens really. Double tapping on this, also nothing happens. One of the disappointments, surprisingly for us, was that the home key does not give as much haptic feedback as we have experienced on some of the other Galaxy devices like the Note 3 or S5 or even S4. And on closer look, we found that the reason could be because even here the metal part slightly comes out of the part where you would actually press the button. Now it has a fingerprint integrated, so that's fine, but whenever you try to press this, it's not as elevated as some of the other home buttons, like on the Galaxy Note 3 for example, where the whole home key, the part where you would press here, the part in between is at the same level as the side. So that kind of just gives that much more haptic feedback. Here the part in between is slightly I know it's situated slightly at a lower level than the edge. So whenever I'm suddenly pressing this, I need to press this just a tad bit harder for the home key to actually work. Just a tad bit harder. You'll get used to, I'm sure, but if you're coming from some of the other Samsung Galaxy devices, you might find it surprisingly less responsive at first. That's not a problem. The home key is just designed that way. And so those are your applications. So you have the usual Google Android apps, and then you have Samsung's in-house apps like Galaxy apps and S Health and Studio and those. We also have some of the popular third-party apps like Dropbox and Flipboard out here, but not many bloatware we like that. We'll go to the settings straight away, and you see your connection settings. It supports NFC, it supports Wi-Fi direct, but does not support DLNA. Your sound, display, multi-window, and you also have the toolbox that came with the S5 sorry, and then of course you have your finger scanner and private mode. It also features the ultra power saving mode. You have all your motions and gestures and air views. You can add this many accounts, a lot of accounts out there, and then you see in power saving you see the ultra power saving mode. In storage, I've showed you before, you see 18.82 available space because we have some of the media out there, and then Android 4.4.4, and that's the model number, and then again some of the other settings. So let's go ahead and quickly check out some of the apps. So first, a dialer, very usual and popular, I would say, and very intuitive, phone menu. The dialer is big enough, the call quality is excellent, and there were no dead air or no pause or no call drop on either side. And then you can go ahead and you can check out the keyboard out here, very usual. Also supports swipe input. Not only that, now it also supports flicking upward setting, so that supports. So when you go here, you can say flick input, so you can just flipping upward to do some of those typing. And then I've showed you the default browser, brilliant HTML5 score, 500 out of 555 at our new HTML5 test. Pretty usual really. You have settings and stuff. Of course, does not support Flash Player out of the box. And then we have a 12 MP, and that's straight away went to the front camera, and that's how you can switch to the back camera. It also inherits the very fast focusing of Galaxy S5, which is very cool, and this focusing is really fast despite of being a contrast detection focus system. You can also go here, you can selectively focus on stuff, and then auto, and then HDR on and off, and then some of your settings. So maximum picture size is 12 MP, and there is a maximum video size is UHD, Ultra HD, which also sometimes it's called 4K, but it's not exactly a cinematic 4K, because it's more like 3840 by 2160, which is double the HD resolution really, and not 4 times. So it's not exactly 4K. You have some of the other advanced settings. Metering mode, as always, is brilliant, and that's how you would go to the gallery out here, and then your modes. So pretty usual, very fast, almost no lag. You can also start your recording from here. Autofocus, and surprisingly I don't see any still capture button while video recording. Yeah, we can pause it and you can start it again. And then, so how the camera performs? Admirably well really. So the photo and video quality under enough light are brilliantly detailed. Even when you zoom in 100%, you can see here the leaves are very apparent, and the dynamic range is also very good considering the tiny sensor of a phone. We could recover almost more than half of the details from the shadows of the JPEG images, that too not raw, which is really good for a phone. And the saturation and hue are good, they are natural, but to see the natural colors, you either switch the display mode to basic or view them on your PC. That's when you see the natural color, the actual color of the pictures. Under low light, well, the details get lost. They're significantly lower than what we observe under enough light, which is understandable and quite common. But even under low light, thanks to the metering, this guy does an admirable job of bringing out the details of wherever there is little amount of light. And the video is also the same. There is no fuzziness, crystal clear video, and 2K video recording is as smooth as butter. And if I have my way, I would generally always record using that mode. But the file size are significantly larger than your full HD, but that's much smoother than full HD. You have the gallery, which is usual Samsung gallery style. You can go out here, you can have some content to display and settings, and you can also straight away go to studio. You can also go to one picture and then edit it, usual editing, so I'm not gonna go too deep into it. Yeah, we'll check out the music performance, and for that I'll just maximize it, and let's see, tracks.
wildin' out. I'm leaning in. I'm leaning in. Pushing off my sneakers to the ground. I do not jump, I move the earth down. Bear witness to the genius of my sound. Born at the bottom, but now I'm top down. Look, I'ma call it swagger. I slip through time zones like a looking dagger. Mad rubies on my chain. You see your name, I believe that baby girls in my head because she's sipping on my champagne. That's right, 6 figures in my back pocket, and that's right.
So as you can hear, the sound output is loud enough, but it's not exactly bass heavy. The treble is fine though, but it's slightly on the flatter side. It's not totally flat, but it's significantly less bass than what you would hear when you would use the supplied earphone. The supplied earphone on these Samsung Galaxy premium devices are amazing. They are some of the best earphones that you would get, and the sound there is very, very good with enough bass and treble, not so much via the speaker. And when I enhance the bass, the sound kind of becomes slightly too bassy for my comfort. It loses the detail really. But overall, good enough loud sound, and we're gonna check out how it looks, how it sounds really on our video. So now we're testing the vocal intensive sound, the mid-range. As you can see, the sound is loud enough when it's played on its own, but when it's played along with the music, it kind of just about dominates the sound more than I would have liked. You see?
Did you see that? I just was like...
The mid-range is kind of just about suppressed when it's played along with the music.
What? My fist hungers for justice. That was my fist. I'm freaking in.
But overall, yeah, more than average sound quality. And then what else? So those are mostly about the important apps and tools that I wanted to show. The phone is very, very smooth, does not lag much, even when you have so many apps on the background, and also even if you stuff all the home pages with widgets, like here, that's my magazine. Very, very smooth experience for day-to-day operation, and even on moderate to high operations you would find this phone very, very smooth thanks to the updated Exynos processor. Now we did some benchmarking tests, and this guy performs amazing. You can see our dedicated benchmark video for that. The gameplay also was as smooth as we expected, and thanks to the slimmer 20 nanometer chipset, we did not feel much heat on the back during the gameplay. We played 4 games for about half an hour. Just it was heating up, but then it's very, very slight, and it's never to the uncomfortable level, which is a great thing. The battery life, actually, you can see it's 29% right now. I charged it in the morning, and it was full charge at about 8:30 a.m. I guess, and I've been using this since then, moderate to high usage, and still it's 29. So I would say it would probably give about 13 hours of battery, 13 to 13 and a half hours of battery life, which is great, mainly because of the smaller screen and the less resolution, HD resolution. And also even if your battery levels comes down to an alarming level, you can always go and switch on the ultra power saving mode. That guy is a killer. It will increase your battery life out here, although only with some basic functions multifold. Some of the good things about the Galaxy Alpha is its design and build quality. It's the first Galaxy device to carry a metal frame and looks great. Very lightweight at 115 grams and also very thin, 6.7 mm thick only. And also it has great camera performance, great gameplay, and also the user interface is smooth overall, so almost no problem out there. Some of the cons, the biggest one is actually the price. I see it's really overpriced at an MRP of 42,000, although you'd get it for about 39,000 online, but that's slightly overpriced. And I just can't help but thinking then Samsung is trying to carry a premium price tag courtesy the metal frame out here. It does not have the specs that justifies a price tag of 42,000. At 42,000 you generally start getting the latest flagships which have more specs than this one, and definitely much more resolution than this one. It only has an HD resolution. But apart from the price, I don't see much wrong with this device, and we can definitely recommend this device if you're very style conscious, if you want a really light device, at the same time the latest Android plus a great camera. The camera is very impressive. If you like this video, please hit the like button, ask anything related to the Galaxy Alpha and we'll try to answer them all. And please subscribe to our channel for more such awesome content. We also have created a Facebook user group where the community can answer your questions, so please join that. We should have the link in the description. Thank you.